What's up, everybody? Good morning. I just want to talk a little bit about what's going on with the division and everything else. Again, this is just me trying to get some questions from you guys answered, what you think, anything like that. Nothing really personal, nothing like that. Just how are you guys enjoying TU11 or TU17? Sorry, season 11. How are you enjoying it? Seriously. Because I kid y'all not, I literally went through every single build that you can potentially make in the game. Nothing that's like off meta or like just something random, something that actually gives you the best benefit for your buck. And everything I've found so far, the Ninja Bike only works for a few things. Let me go over it. So I traded off one of my backpacks on the Hasbro one, on my Hasbro build. Put in the Ninja Bike so I can get the Hasbro, get the crit hit damage, so I don't have to use a piece of Grupo. And I went through the numbers. I still lose crit hit damage. Though I get to keep, because I'm using one piece of Seska, I get to keep that extra hazard protection for free using the Ninja Bike. I get a free skill tier, but my gun now loses damage, so I gain a skill tier for gun damage when you need gun damage. So that's what I'm talking about. If y'all don't understand that, when you're playing against other players in the dark zone, you need that damage. So the Ninja Bike is honestly, compared to those types of things, it's not best in slot. Though you gain that one free piece, you might gain like accuracy, stability, reload speed, stuff like that. It's not best in slot still. It gives you that feel of having that, but the only benefit you get from the Ninja Bike is that one skill tier. That's it. So you're trading damage for a skill tier. So that skill tier, if you're not using something that damages like a drone or a turret or a hive, something that can do damage, you lose out on damage. It's done. So again, even still, with your bullets damage versus the skills damage, your bullet damage is actually more by, from what I found, about, I'd say in the dark zone, it was averaging about 3,000 per bullet versus what your skill would do. And at the same time, if it's not like a skill that does status, you're losing damage there as well. So it's not just the skill's damage, it's actually the status as well. So unless you're using the hive in the dark zone, you're not getting the best benefit out of your Ninja Bike backpack. And that's what I've found so far. So the Ninja Bike, while it gives you that feel of having that damage and still having lost it, you have to use, again, something that does not one, but two types of damages. So again, the Bleed Hive benefits the most from the Ninja Bike because you get the damage out of the Bleed Hive, but you also get the status effect. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense, because other than that, if you lose out so much, because again, with the Ninja Bike on your backpack, you lose out on two because there's not enough mod slots. You lose out on crit chance and you lose out on crit hit damage. So if you put a piece of crit hit damage mod in there, you still lose out on those two, the crit chance and the crit hit damage. So no matter what happens, a few less of your bullets are going to crit and a few more of your bullets are not going to crit as high. So you're losing out a lot for the Ninja Bike. And that's even if you put on, say, like a piece of Sokolov and you get that second piece for free to get that crit hit damage, you still miss out because even the Grupo that you would have had on there would have that crit chance and that crit hit damage. So you lose out more than anything. So the Ninja Bike, in all honesty, while it's fun, I'm not going to knock it just yet, still doing a few more tests. But out of everything I've tested, they all lose damage. They all lose something. So it's a severe trade-off. You have to use something that does a damage and a status to get all that damage back. And the only thing in the game that would give you that truly in PvP, because you have to run and be able to get that right back instantly, because if you go so far away, you can get all those hives that you left back over here. You can get those right back to your player. And I'm going to show that in the video. But The hive is the only one that will do that. So if I drop a hive back here and it's not jammer pulsed by somebody else, and I leave it with like 12 hives, if I walk over here and it clears itself, it gives me back however many charges it was still left over here. So let's say I had 6, I would get 6 back over here as I'm running away this way. So again, other than that, the Ninja Bike on most of the other builds, it doesn't benefit. There's only one thing that I'm still trying to ask the devs I'm not getting any responses for, because if we go back to the beginning with the devs, they said it was going to give the backpack talent of that gear set. So the green one, let's say you have True Patriot, because everybody wants to use a True Patriot one with it. And don't believe me, it's actually pretty decent with the True Patriot. But it's supposed to give you that backpack talent of that green gear set. It's not doing that. It's not giving you that. So the Ninja Bike is actually, like I said in my video, it's messed up. It's giving you extra crit chance. It's giving you extra crit hit damage. So for any of you little fuckers who want to get pissed off at me for saying this, I'm sorry. But here's the thing. If I'm getting it and you're not, that's not right for you or for me. It's not that I want it to be fixed to where it doesn't give that. If it's supposed to give us double of what the watch is, you should be getting it as well as I. If I'm getting it and you're not, I want you to get that. So don't get pissed off at my video for asking for you to get extra shit. If you took it the other way as I want it to be nerfed and taken away, you're wrong. I want you to have the same benefit as me. If I'm getting it and you're not, I want you to have that. But if I'm getting it and you're not, and it's not supposed to be giving that, take it away from me, please, because that's not a fair advantage for you or for me. So if you guys took that the completely wrong way, because believe me, I've got 14 dislikes on that video just because of that. I can guarantee you, people think that I'm trying to nerf this shit. I'm not trying to nerf it. I'm trying to help you guys get that if you're supposed to get it. But again, the Ninja Bike totally it's falling short. And the only thing I would ask the devs more than anything is to find out why, because of all the tests I've done with the Ninja Bike, it's giving 1.84 million in armor when I should be getting 1.93. That's with a build with all blue cores in the Ninja Bike with the blue core. So it's short on the armor. Everybody's built. It doesn't matter what you do, even if you're not getting that extra crit chance or crit hit damage from it, you're actually, if you go and look at it, if you've got the Ninja Bike right now, put it on a build. I promise you, put all blues, doesn't matter what it is. Put all blues, find out what it is, throw the Ninja Bike on, and watch your armor go down. If you don't believe me, watch your armor go from 1.93 down to like 1.8 something. You'll see that I'm right about this, that it's messing up somewhere along the lines, that it's not giving you everything it's supposed to be giving you. So again, if that be the case and it's not giving you the backpack talent for a green set, there's another problem right there. And developers, if you're watching this or you see this, we need answers for this. Why is it not giving us this stuff? Please tell us why, developers. We want to know. So again, the Ninja Bike is honestly messed up, whether people want to admit to it or not. If you don't like that video I got out there, I'm sorry. It's the truth. Again, I ain't got time for bullshit. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the honest truth of what I find. But again, out of all the tests, and a lot of people are excited about, what is it? The hot shot. Okay. The hot shot. I've got a little trick for y'all right now. I'll tell you before I put it into the codex in another video, but check this out. Go get you a white death. Okay. Get you one with damage to targets out of cover right now. Seriously. You're going to thank me later. Go get you a white death with damage targets out of cover. Get the new talent. Okay. The new one. I can't remember what it's called. Again, I got to go back and look at it. But it's the brand new talent that you got to get put in your library and everything. It's part of the new sniper rifle. Go get that talent. Put that on a hot shot build. Okay. Do everything headshot damage. For your backpack, go ahead and get like an Araldi's backpack with vigilance. Get you the chest piece, the walker. Basically, it's an aces and eights version, but check this out. If you shoot your first target in the head, you just, boom, shoot them right in the head, kill them. The very next shot with your White Death, it does not matter where the fuck you hit them. You could hit them in the pinky toe. You could hit them right up the poop chute and go, ah! As soon as you hit that player or that NPC, the moment you snipe them, it counts as a headshot, period. It will keep recycling and recycling that headshot. So when you shoot them, you get the first kill on the headshot. The second shot will literally continuously be a headshot. You can literally, and because the White Death is all the way maxed out, that White Death will be max accuracy and max stability. If it doesn't have the max accuracy, just put the accuracy on the bottom part of the gun. So where the trigger is, you got the handle grip, put that accuracy right there, put the weapon damage into the chamber, get you the max headshot damage you possibly can. So go get the sniper rifle, put the 45 times head scope on there. You do not even have to come out of fucking cover. You can literally do this number, shoot over the top of a rail, hit them in the head, put a dot on your screen. It will land there every single time, up to 37 meters away. I tested in the range. 35 meters, it'll still peg that target all day long without you ever having to come out of cover. You can literally just pop, 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 shoot with the fucking White Death. It'll keep recycling the bullets. You'll never run out because on the third kill, it refills your mag. Even though it's got five in the magazine, you can literally, boom, okay, there's one. Boom, there's two. Third one, I refill my mag. And every shot, whether it lands here, lands on their foot, lands in the head, guaranteed kill. Every fucking one of them. And it hits for almost 24, 26 mil on the chest. It's ridiculous. Basically, the way I can describe it is if you go back prior to like TU7 all the way to the beginning, if y'all remember the old school aces and eights with the SVD where you were just like pop, 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 pop without ever having to do shit, like you could just spam the SVD. Y'all remember those days? That's what it's like. But the White Death, it's like kill, 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 kill every single time without even having to come out of cover. Just spam. It's ridiculous. As for comparison to the aces and eights versus the hot shot, aces and eights is gone. You might get a little bit more damage out of like a nemesis, but when it comes down to being able to kill a target just by hitting them in the chest, it's gone. You'll thank me later. I promise you. It'll actually make you want to use sniper rifles in legendary everything. You just go kill you. Seriously, just go kill one red NPC. That's it. From there on out, it's just bloop, bloop. They're dead. What we got here? Love using the White Death. Okay, I have to try it now. Yeah, you'll thank me later. Just do everything headshot damage. Everything headshot damage. Again, Araldi's on your backpack, chain killer on your chest piece. Get that first headshot on a red. Everything else after that, they're dead. Everything. Even a fucking named boss. I went and did, again, I'm doing all this stuff for the codex. I went and literally put it on a named boss solo 35 meters away, hit him in the chest after I got one kill off a red. Done. Fucking ad was done. You hit him so fucking hard, and that's just a chest shot. And it scares me to even think that this could even be in PvP. Like if you can mouse and keyboard or you're on computer and you have this in the dark zone, you land one headshot on a player and they die, any player who tries to rush you is gone. Just hit them one time. They're done. And another thing is, because you have all that that stuff on there, make sure your chain killer and your Araldi's, the two pieces that you have on there, make sure that they are headshot damage and weapon handling. You want those two pieces on there. Headshot damage and weapon handling on those. On your hot shot, everything else headshot damage. Just everything fucking headshot damage. you'll get to, I can't remember, like, I'd say, if I remember correctly, there's like 320 in headshot damage or somewhere around there. I can't remember. I got to go back and look at the numbers. But yeah, it just, boom, everything's dead. Now, I don't think it would kill a Chonga. So you might have to hit him in the head. But even if you hit him in the head and you take off his helmet, the next shot you hit him with, if you put a dot on your screen and you can hit him in the head with that dot, he's done. And you don't even have to come out of cover. That's how strong it is. Like literally, it's that strong. Oh, and if y'all go check my community post, the community post, there's a build out there. I went through all of the brand new stuff that I can't remember what it's called, that new brand set. It gives you headshot damage, marksman rifle damage, and status effects. I found a backpack, had to craft it. It's got skill damage, headshot damage, and then it's got combined arms. And that literally turned my sniper turret from 1.6 mil, or no, 16.4. Yeah, it was 16.4 mil into 17.6. So now my sniper turret can just shoot them, they're dead. One shot. So yeah, I basically made the sniper turret build just a little bit stronger. Other than that, everything else tested. All the previous builds, some other ones I had in the idea, nothing. But I got a surprise build that I'm gonna put out in the codex just for you guys. It's called the ex-wife because it is a blood-sucking bitch. You're gonna like that one. Hey, what's up, Paul? Yeah, that's what it's going to be called. That build is going to be called the ex-wife because she basically takes everything away from you, but she gives you nothing. What else was it? And another thing is, if the developers, you see this, please, the one thing I want to know is why you told us that it was supposed to give us the gear set bonus talent for the backpack, but it's not. Why is the Ninja Bike supposed to be giving us the backpack talent for the gear set? It's supposed to unlock the gear set bonus in the backpack as well in that spot, but it doesn't give us the backpack bonus for the gear set. Was that intended or not? That's what y'all said. That's exactly what you said. It's supposed to unlock the gear set bonus and the backpack bonus as well for that gear set, but it's not. And if it's supposed to, why is it not? At the same time, why is it only giving us X amount of armor when again, my builds, I went through the numbers. I took the Ninja Bike off. I'm supposed to be at 1.93. And again, if y'all don't believe me and you got it, go take a look. Seriously, you're supposed to be at like full blues, everything core blue. You're supposed to be at like 1.93. But the moment you put that Ninja Bike on, you go to 1.84. So you lose armor because of that. Where did my armor go? It's a core. They're all maxed out at 170,000. Everything on my build is supposed to be at 1.93, and I dropped to 1.84. Where the fuck did my armor go? Uh, as for the Dread Edict on the Hot Shot, it is not strong enough. You can 4-tap it with the same thing and still get the damage out, but it's not strong enough still, even though you get the bonus armor. But the bad part is, here's the bad thing about the Dread Edict on the Hot Shot. And if you start seeing these right here, I want to let y'all know this right away at the beginning. The Dread Edict requires you to reload to get that extra bonus armor, because you put it on the Hot Shot. When you put it on that Hot Shot build and you snipe and you kill them, and then you get that third headshot, it automatically reloads your magazine. And because it reloads your magazine, it does not count as a reload, so you do not get that bonus armor. So it is not best in slot on that right there. It's not. No matter what you do with that Dread Edict, it is not best in slot. Even though that thing you can aim without having to really do anything and just pop shots and kill them, it's not best in slot, because if you don't reload, you don't get that bonus armor, and because it automatically reloads your magazine for you, you don't get the bonus armor from the Dread Edict. So not best in slot. Do not think it is. And anybody who tells you it is, they missed out on that. They completely missed that part. As for the Nemesis, still extremely strong. Of course, you got to snipe. Problem is, you can't just pop it out of cover. Mantis, great. Only one problem with the Mantis. Because its stability is actually not able to max out. Like, you'll see your so it'd be like this. I'll put it like this. This is the end of the bar for your accuracy and stability. Your accuracy will be maxed out, but your stability will not. Because the stability is not maxed out, when you go to fire like over a wall with the Mantis, the bullet will still kind of like, here's my head, it'll pip right over here to the side. It'll miss. It'll pip right over here. It'll pip right down over here. So when you hit down here without hitting that headshot and killing that target, you don't get anything. Plus, with the Mantis, if you're not scoped in down the scope, you don't get that extra bonus for your decoy. And because you don't get that extra bonus for your decoy, the Mantis falls short. So unless you're aimed down the scope, you're not going to get the best benefit from it. That's where the White Death comes in, where if you don't even have to scope, you get all that free headshot damage just for being like this, taking a pop shot, hit him in the head, boom, you get it. You hit him in the gut, you get it. No matter what you do, the White Death outperforms all of them now. There was another one. Elkham's long stick. Oh my God. Beautiful with that. But again, if you land a chest shot, you don't get that extra damage. You have to hit him in the head to get that extra damage. So you go with something a little bit stronger, like the White Death, with that extra headshot damage, pop them in the chest, they're done for. So again, I went through tons, and I mean, oh my God. I'll put it to y'all this way. I went through so much testing and so many videos and recording so much shit for just y'all. I have no more internet. I'm literally doing this with the truck stop Wi-Fi just to talk to you guys. My phone, which has 40 gigabytes of data that I can use to download, record, all that kind of stuff, it's gone. That's how much I went through just to make all this shit for the codex. And I still have 16 videos I got to wait to download. Yeah. That's how much shit I went through just for this, for y'all. Okay, let me see. What we got here? Doing a lot of my builds because since I made them, I learned more, so now that I can make them better. Had to get rid of a lot of gear because I had no space. Yep. And we appreciate it. Yep, you're welcome. Hey, Off, what's your opinion on the attribute numbers, crit hit damage versus headshot damage in the game? I'm an old school shooter game player, and I've never come across a game where headshot damage does less than crit hit damage. Honestly, here's my opinion on that. If your build has enough crit hit chance and you're shooting headshots, but you're only landing headshots. Okay, you can down a player with the same if they just put everything into crit hit damage. But here's the problem. If you're not landing headshots and you hit a few chest shots, you lose damage. So the idea is put some headshot damage into your build, or just get what it gives out of you and go for the crit hit damage, because that way, say that one stray bullet hits over here or hits over here, or you hit them in the foot because you were aiming like this and your controller just goes like that. If you're aiming at the head and you're landing headshots, great. But if you miss that headshot, that one bullet becomes jack shit. And that could mean you beating that person or that person beating you. So your best thing to do is just go crit chance, crit hit damage, and then just aim at the headshot. Get, say, because a normal PvP build will give you about 70% headshot damage. So if you aim right there and you hit that, that's crit hit damage on the head. And if you miss, you hit the neck, you get the same amount of damage nearly. You just gain more for hitting the head. We need more space. Yeah, and the developers already said that they're not going to give us that because it would take too much to go and work through the game. So we'll never see that unless they do it for year 5 or something like that. We won't see it. I doubt we will. They've already said their piece on that. Let me put my phone on the charger. What else was it? Oh, Zippy, FYI, you asked me a question. If I could prove it, I'm going to put it in the video so no one has any more questions about that. And again, there is no dumb question in this game. It's just unknown knowledge. There is no dumb questions, period, in the world. It's just unknown knowledge. Either you want to know it or you don't know it. So he asked the question of, does Oxy actually count as status? No, it doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I put that in the video. I'm going to prove it to everybody so there's no more questions in the world. You can just tag that, show it to them. But a simple way for you to test, if you want to test before I go making the video and everything else for anybody else who's watching, take your Oxy, put on shock and awe on your backpack, shoot a target with the Oxy. If the Oxy does not instantly proc shock and awe, you'll know it's not status. It's that simple. You can even put on Wicked. If you shoot the target with the Oxy and it does not proc Wicked, you're done. You know it doesn't work. What else was it? Oh, a lot of people still do not understand the difference between an actual skill build and a hybrid build. A lot of people think that a skill build is just, hey, I'm using a turret, a drone, and I've got skill damage. And that's a skill build. That's not a skill build. If you happen to put on like crit chance and crit hit damage onto your build, and you are also using skill damage and everything, though your build is based around these skills that you're going to be using, if you also put it for your weapon, that is a hybrid build. That is not a skill build. A skill build is doing everything towards one set of skills. So if you make it to where you get the most skill haste, the most status effect, the most skill damage on your build, you go for that. That's a skill build. If you're going towards putting crit chance, crit damage, headshot damage, like the sniper turret, like I show you in my community post, that is a hybrid build, because I'm not just going for that skill to do that damage. I'm also going for my weapon to do that damage. I'm going for my weapon because I'm not just going to use that. I need to be able to shoot that target, get the most for my weapon and the most for this. That's a hybrid build. So when we have other ones out here they're showing a skill damage type build or something like that. That is a skill build when you're focusing everything for that skill. What was the other one? Oh, and because now we've got tons, and I even went through this as well. We got tons of video, and because again, with new content, we got new things where we can test new ideas that we've had, especially with the Ninja Bike backpack. The number one thing that's going around right now is 2-piece striker and 3-piece Umbra, especially for the dark zone, and then using the Ninja Bike backpack. It is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal, fun build. But where that one lacks is you're trading green gear set and stuff like that for another piece that you would have. So, for instance, Umbra basically gives you a feel of armor regen and strained, right? Striker gives you weapon handling and I can't remember what else it was for the second piece. But anyway, where the build always lacks is one thing. You're trading something like crit hit chance or crit hit damage on your build because you're only getting one attribute and one core. So, yeah, rate of fire. Thank you. So you get rate of fire, weapon handling, but you lose out on crit chance and crit hit damage because if you just have crit hit damage attribute and you have armor core, you're missing that third one of the crit chance. So you put on Umbra to get the crit chance when you could have put on a piece of Providence, which would have given you headshot damage and the crit chance, the exact same thing as the Umbra. But now you also miss out because that one piece of Providence also gives you more crit chance because you have armor, crit chance, crit hit damage. But you put in crit hit damage, you take away from this right here. So you're missing that third attribute. So again, as always in the dark zone and things like that, a yellow build will always outproduce a green build every single time. The only time it doesn't is a future. The future initiative, the heals that you get for your team and the damage you can give out to your team is the only green set in the dark zone that outproduces everything else. So when it comes down to Umbra, you get the armor regen. I can easily now go put on a Ninja Bike backpack, put on 1-piece Bellstone, put on a second piece of like Murakami knee pads, get that skill duration, the repair skills, drop a chem at my feet. I get that extra bonus from my heels on the ground. I get the 2-piece armor regen. I basically get the Umbra feel, and I still get the crit hit chance and the crit hit damage. Another piece, I could trade out that and just put on a piece of Golan, and then I put a bleed hive out there. Now my status and everything else does damage. So again, a yellow build will always outproduce any piece of green gear you ever put into the dark zone, no matter what it is. Is it a bad build? No, it's fun. It beams. You get the rate of fire. You get all that extra boost from it. So where you beat players is basically just a rate of fire. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I went through the numbers. The numbers don't lie. I use tag team for spamming Oxidizer. That's another good one. Determined. That's what it is. Determined. Yes. Again, if you go back to the beginning of this video, Zapter, yeah, go listen. Determined. I tried that on there. It is it's beautiful. Again, go put it on with a White Death. Watch how much fun you'll have. What else was it? There was another thing out there. Oh, you guys asked me to go test this because I thought we tested it. The Dr. Home. Okay, so the Dr. Home. If y'all go watch my video, it literally heals a player from one side of the map to the other side of the map. It does not have a range on there. I am not calling for a nerf for that. What I'm trying to point out is the fact that if I have a future healer on my build in my team, I can heal a player as long as I can see their little blue bubble over here. As long as I can see their blue circle, I can heal them from where I'm at, which it could be 200, 300 meters away. Okay. I was 2,400 meters away healing players with the Dr. Home. You cannot tell me that is not OP. At the same time, y'all asked me to go take that Dr. Home, go to the target range, shoot, and try to get a kill while a player's in the dark zone to see if we could heal them. The answer is no. You cannot heal them. So you have to be in the same dark zone or in the same mission as another player or in the nearby vicinity of at least 2,000 meters to be able to heal them with the Dr. Home. So basically, if they're in the White House killing targets and they're 2,000 something meters away out there on your map shooting stuff, yes, you can heal them because you're in the open world. We plan on testing this again to see if I can be on the west side of the map and someone on the east side of the map on the open world and get the heal. And we have to do it in the White House or Washington area because it's the farthest range. You know, we're talking from DZ West to in the top left corner all the way out down to the bottom southeast area down where you go fight that one boss. We're going to test to see if we can get from over here on this to down here and see if we can heal someone. If we can do that, you can't tell me that's not OP. You can't. But again, if I could see your bubble, I should be able to heal you, and that's as far as it should go. But it actually does make my focus build fun to use because if I can shoot you with a focus in legendary with a Dr. Home and I get that kill, I now heal my teammates. So we don't need as much of a healer anymore. It's just, hey, you damage him enough to where the focus guy takes him out. That's literally it. Heartbreaker, Striker, Fenris plus Ninja Bike AR is a beast. Yes, you get a lot of weapon damage, but again, where that one piece misses out is it's the Heartbreaker. You're getting that extra weapon damage and I tested that one too. So here's what I've found. If I put on a Providence to where I get headshot damage and I have the Ninja Bike, I get extra crit chance, right? And then if I put on the Picaro's holster, I get an extra weapon core. So that 15% would be just like saying put on the 15% of the Heartbreaker. So I get more crit chance just because I put on that Providence and then I hit headshots. But at the same time, because the Ninja Bike also gives me that 10% crit chance, now all my bullets are critting even more. So again, that's what I'm saying. Those mixed builds are fun, but they're always going to miss out on the damage if you're using the green in those yellow builds. What's up, Dracula? What I miss? You didn't miss much. And then, but yeah, Death, go try that. Like seriously, you'll see your damage actually matches, but you get more of the crit chance. And when you hit those headshots, you'll get more damage just by putting on one piece of Providence and then putting on the Picaro's holster. Because you don't lose crit hit damage, especially if your Heartbreaker pieces are crit hit damage, you don't lose anything. Even if it's crit chance pieces, you don't lose anything. You just gain from the crit hit damage. So again, if it's a crit hit damage on the pieces that you have, you're going to gain more in bullet damage because you get more crit chance from the Providence. So that 10% plus that 6% you would get on that piece of Providence will give you an average. If I remember the numbers right, for every 6%, it's roughly 2 to 3 more bullets will crit. So if you're at 16%, you're looking at least 6 to 8 more bullets will crit at higher damage. So 6 to 8 bullets of critting higher damage versus going for the weapon damage when the 15% of the Heartbreaker can be given back by the Picaro's holster of the 15% right there, which is not a specific weapon based, even though it's 15%, you get the same amount, just more bullets crit. Versatile would make you have to swap between one weapon and another. So honestly, you're better off going with Vigilance. Yeah, you're better off going with Vigilance because that way you can just get the damage out. But also, someone asked if I could make a different type of countdown build because pretty much every fucking body has made a similar countdown build, and now people are missing out on damage. So I've got a brand new countdown build coming to y'all that I tested yesterday, and I kid you not, the hunters couldn't shut me down. Basically, I'll put it this way: I'm standing from me to my dash against a hunter. I'm zoomed in, stacking damage with focus, beaming him. I've got a hive at my feet, and he couldn't disrupt me. And because he couldn't disrupt me, my shield, everything is blocking his shots. People were coming up, hitting him with shotguns. I'm just gaining damage on his ass. And I'm hitting the fucker for 1,000,000. And then when people started stacking the extra damage, I'm hitting him for 2,000,000 in the fucking head. And he didn't do shit to me. Yeah, I've got a lot of useless knowledge in my brain, dude. It comes with my territory. Like, again, when if y'all don't know, I'm an FMCSA certified trainer for Texas. I have to know laws and everything else. If I wanted to, I could go out and practice and test. I most likely could pass the bar and go and be a lawyer and everything else, but I enjoy my job too much to actually go and practice for that. If that tells you anything about me, I go and I study all this kinds of shit. So when I came upon this game a while back in Div 1, I got hooked. Like, I loved this type of game. It was fun for me. So when I do these kinds of things, like I soak up all this knowledge and these stupid ass things that it's, if I don't get it out, if I don't make my videos at times, I notice that it would fucking make me nuts. Like, my wife knows I can't hold back dad jokes. If I hold back dad jokes, my fucking brain just goes nuts. Like, I can't, I've got to blurt it out. She's like, all right, say your dad joke. And I'm like, thank you, fucking God. Just, that's what it's like. I gotta get it out. So, off the ninja back is the topic. Yeah, most of it about the ninja bag, not all of it. It's other things I've got coming in store, but I can't. I'm sitting here talking to y'all while I'm letting the other shit in the back download. Again, I used up all my data to make this fucking codex. If I did my numbers right and how much is in here, this video is going to be 3 hours fucking long. Why, when you kill an NPC, he block bullet for the one behind? I don't know. I have no fucking clue. It does the same thing for PvP. If I kill a player and his body is still falling, the player behind him doesn't take damage. I do not get why if I snipe, and here's the thing, I actually want to ask that about the devs. Do y'all remember TU7 with the pistol holster, the Dodge City Gunslinger holster? Do y'all remember we used to have extra accuracy, stability, everything? If you swap between it, you get instant reload for your weapons. Do y'all remember it used to have that talent on there where I could see a weak spot and I could shoot through said weak spot because it had bullet penetration? Where the fuck did that go? Ninja Bag is only good for green set combos. Not entirely. We found out. Not entirely. The only spot it's really good for, we found, is there's only one trade-off for the Ninja Bike, and that's literally the Memento, or not Memento, but the what's that one? Walker and Harris backpack with adrenaline rush. Fuck. I can't remember its name right now. Perfect adrenaline rush. That's the only trade-off spot. If you want to make that build, that's literally its only trade-off spot. Matador. Thank you. Matador. That's the only trade-off, because you can literally take the contractor gloves off, put on Walker gloves, get the damage to armor, get more crit hit chance, so your bullets crit. At least 2 or 3 more bullets will crit more for the damage, but you only lose 3% damage to armor to gain a skill tier, so you can put on something like a bleed hive. So that bleed hive gives you back in status as well as skill damage, the damage you would have lost for your damage to armor. That's it. That's what you gain. You gain that skill tier to drop a bleed hive to hit the player to get more damage out that way. That's it. But do you really need it? No, but if you think about it, if I bleed you in the dark zone, you can't run as fast. And because you can't run as fast, I can outdamage you. And on top of that, because I can get 3 skill tiers, I can put on the Technician, I can put on the Ninja Bike, and I can put on Carl's holster. I get 3 skill tiers, so that damage goes even higher. That out damages the Petrov gloves. Yeah, you're sacrificing damage, making it not meta or tier. Exactly. But again, that's if you're considering trading it for vigilance or wicked or companion. You're trading that damage to trade for damage for your skill. That's what you're trading for. And again, if you use the bleed hive, you're damaging that player with bleed, so they can't run as fast. So again, it's that type of trade-off. You're making it where you bleed them so they can't chase you. Yeah, we found that the only thing that Ninja Bike helps is, again, the status on a skill, because again, you get the bleed hive does skill damage and it does status effect. So you get 2 for the price of 1. As for Hasbro, yes, it does help out on Hasbro just a little bit. But again, you lose out on damage on your build. As for regen, not so much. Armor on kill, it allows you to put on another piece, but still you cap out at 63% no matter what you do. No matter what you do, you're going to cap at 6 or not 63. You'll cap at 73% armor on kill. 63, then you put on the 10% from a weapon, Dr. Home, or the shotgun. So 73% is the max. You still will not pass 73%. And if you want to know how to get the 73%, do two-piece Hunter's Fury, one-piece Bellstone, one-piece Uzina, and then one-piece 511, the Death Grips. So you'll have those two, there's that, and then the Ninja Bike, and you'll still get 63% on your build. Dr. Home and a shotgun, the mop, will still give you the 73% right there. And then if you have preservation on your shotgun, you're looking at 93% armor on kill. 93%. Wonder if SVD with determined would work. Again, Zapter, go watch the very beginning of the video. I literally laid out the build for you. Again, I'll do it right now just so you don't have to. Go do Chain Killer on your chest piece, Araldi's Vigilance on your backpack. On those two pieces, make sure you have headshot damage, weapon handling. Headshot damage, weapon handling. Get you a White Death. Get the new Determined on there. Get one headshot kill. After that, anything you shoot in the chest, foot, or even in the ass will literally count as a headshot, and it'll keep recycling and recycling and recycling. And not only that, because your build, your White Death, will literally be all the way maxed out on accuracy and stability. You can shoot over your head, over a cover, and it'll hit every single time up to 35 meters away. Put a dot on your screen, wherever that White Death's dot is at, as you move around, shoot right there, it will land there, and it'll kill the target, even a named target. One-piece System of Corruption only gives 58%. So you'll max out at 68% versus 73%. Did you buy the level or did you grind? So I had enough credits over the time being that I was able to get to, I believe it was 68. That's how many points I had. So I just used up those because I'm like, fuck it. This game is so messed up. I'm just going to do this. So I got to 68. After that, I grinded all the way. I got an exotic cache. I've been saving them up, and I just said, you know what? Since my live stream was all messed up, I went and opened them. On my third exotic cache, which was on the third character, I opened it up, got a Ninja Bike. That easy. They said it wasn't supposed to happen. Guess what? It's back. It's back. On my character, when I got to level 90, I got my second one, and I'm still looking for a third so I can just throw it over to my third character, because trying to do all these videos, I'm literally tossing one Ninja Bike to the other character back and forth just to make these fucking videos. Yeah, and another thing, if you go to look at my community posts, someone, don't know who it was, came out, made a post. It was completely and utterly fake. But again, I'm going to say this to anybody who watches this video. If you use Camp White Oak, you have to understand it is an exploit. And like I try to tell everybody who I've been talking to, you guys got to understand this exploit is worse than the other ones. And here's why. And please do not think I'm asking for a nerf for it. Do not think I'm trying to scare you guys. But you got to understand, you're fucking with their money with this one. How are you fucking with the division's money? If you use Camp White Oak and you have the option to pay for all these levels, you have just screwed them out of potentially players paying for that by doing all this stuff and being done in like 2 hours, maybe an hour. If they want to with this one, you can see a full rollback. If you have used said Camp White Oak, you can still be punished for doing that up to a full rollback, which means they could completely reset you. It wouldn't be a ban, it would be a complete and utter rollback of everything you did and everything you used. Because again, they gave you the option to buy all of this stuff up. And because of that, you went and used that kind of stuff, you potentially could have screwed them out of money that they could have got to use for this game to help them do everything better. So again, if you didn't do it legitly, you took that option and did all this stuff. Now, while that post I shared in my community deal was fake, you got to understand you can get a rollback for this one if they choose to. And believe me, when you go fucking with a company's money, they're going to find a way to come back after you for it. So again, I'm not telling you not to. I'm not saying it needs to be nerfed. But again, at the same time, you run that risk when you use exploits. I ran a risk when I used an exploit. I got banned for it. So again, you have to understand, if you're going to take that risk, you've got to be able to be like a big boy and accept your fate. Uh, yeah, convoys. Get you a 4-man and go seriously just put on 3 directives, go do convoys. It's fast, it's easy, it take you a little bit longer. I think one of our guys, he went and did that with a 4-man. Literally, they were at level 100 in about 5 hours. 5 hours. Yeah, and another way is just go get hit landmarks in the dark zone. Another way, get you a 4-man, go in the dark zone, try to tell the other guys, hey, I'm having fun. We're just trying to farm. And if they want to rogue up, just leave the fucking lobby. If you see sweats in there who just want a PvP, they're not going to get their season as fast, or they bought all their stuff. They use money. Go over here and literally just walk out the dark zone. Go find you a new dark zone. Come in, try to find non-sweats. It's that easy. Yeah, supposedly they're going to make it to where playing PvP actually gives you more XP. So killing players, killing landmarks and stuff like that is going to be the new deal in the dark zone. So people in the dark zone will actually be able to get levels easier. And again, also, you got double XP going too. Yeah, Dracula, there he goes. Yeah, the double XP this week. Yeah, so I mean, the fuck, you should already get these levels so fast, so easily without having to worry. Just go run open world again. Do convoys. Get you 3 objectives. Don't put on cool skills. You can put on pistol arrow if you want to. I would not suggest it. But again, if you do those right there, everything but those 2, get you a 4-man. You get a level and a half, maybe up to 2 levels. Every one of those you clear, and they clear in like less than 30 seconds if you got the right builds on. If you want the right builds, get you either a status or a mortar. One of those 2. Mortar, because you can just slap all of them down in one split second. Status build like Eclipse. Get you a future build, and then get you 2 pestilences. So the 2 pestilence will literally, you keep them on the sides. They're focused for any ads that get out. The status is focused right there, getting those ones, and then make sure you have the future to get the extra buff. Go look at my codex. Go get the legendary future one. That'll literally turn everybody's shit into 40% more versus just 25. You're gonna give them 40% more on their guns. You're gonna give them 130% on their skills. So the status just, it shreds through it. They're done. And yeah, you're literally just going to have a fun time. Just, I mean, walk through everything. 40% more damage on guns and 130% on skills. That I haven't heard. If so, great. Honestly, the number one skill that has to be reworked, which is completely and utterly useless, is the repair trap. That one there, it is still shit. That one is just straight shit. Challenging difficulty, 4 directives, no pistolero, has probability, territory control, public use of best word for me. Yeah, and again, you can do all that I gave you right there on heroic, and the ads just they fall over, and you get 2 levels every single time nearly. If not, you're almost it's like a level and a half plus the 2 levels every single time. Yeah, Sleeping Giant, that's another good one. Challenging with 4 directives, yeah, definitely. Honestly, what's the best hazard SMG with new backpack? Again, the I you can go look at mine. I have a hazard SMG build out there. But if you want to use the new backpack on that, again, you lose out on damage. So, for instance, I currently have 1-piece Seska, or no, it's 2-piece Seska, 1-piece Sokolov. I have the Contractors and Foxes, and then I have 1-piece Grupo. So those 6 pieces right there give you the most crit hit damage, and then put everything hazard protection on there. And I've got about 4 cores of blue on it, and that's going to give you the most crit hit damage, most SMG, most hazard protection you can have. Oh wait, no, it's not that. It's not the Grupo. It's God, what's that one? Y'all Gear. Sorry, Y'all Gear. So where you trade off on that is you trade 1 piece of Seska, which most likely is your backpack, to put the Ninja Bike on. That's going to give you 15% crit hit damage because you got that extra piece of Sokolov for free. So you gain 15% crit hit damage versus the 12 that you would have had from the Seska backpack. So you only gain 3. You gain 3% more crit hit damage. That's it. And that's what I was saying. Out of all of the builds with the Ninja Bike, that's the only one I've noticed that actually gains anything. That's it. It's the only one. You gain 3 more crit hit damage for the Ninja Bike. That's it. Now, is that a lot? Especially in the dark zone? 3% at 33% in the dark zone? No. We're talking barely 100 per bullet. That's nothing. That is literally nothing in the dark zone. That's like I'm there. I spit on you. Woo! 2-piece Uzina, 2-piece 511, 1-piece Seska, and Ninja Bike. Yeah, no. Yeah, this is the office. Yeah. Yeah, the Uzina doesn't make sense because you don't get any SMG damage and you get damage to armor. So yeah, the Uzina doesn't make sense to put that on there, nor the 511 because you're going for health. So again, if you want SMG, you do Sokolov, Seska, Yaw gear. To get the damage out, you do Petrov gloves and Overlord knee pads so you can get your multiplicatives off. That's going to give you, what is it, 80% to everything. And if you put on the Grenadier, you get 100% burn with the Ninja Bike. You'll have 100% burn and 80% to everything else. Appreciate it. Oh, damn it. Ow. Fucking chest hair. What else was it? Shit. Since it's bright enough outside. What else? There was one other build. I can't remember. There was one other build. Oh, that's what it was. Okay. So, system corruption, dark zone builds. The other one that we showed you here recently. Waffle spoons. It was the John Cena build. That's what it was. System corruption and John Cena builds. Those ones. They actually do benefit from the Ninja Bike because you get that extra skill tier. If you put on the holster, the Picaro's holster, you get a free skill tier. So that's 2. Then you put on the technician for a 3rd one. So basically, you need 3, a minimum of 3 skill tiers to get your hive to drop and your decoy to drop to last forever. And because of that, players can't spot you. So all you have to do is put on 2-piece y'all, and then your weapon of choice. So let's say you want LMGs, you'd put on the Petrov, the contractor's gloves. If you prefer ARs, you can put on like a Fenris chest. If you prefer SMGs, you can put Sokolov on there anywhere you want. And especially with SMGs, you get the extra crit hit damage. So doing that alone allows you to become invisible to players, completely invisible to players. So same thing with system corruption. You put on that for your backpack, though it does not give you the 100% that it's supposed to for your system corruption. You can still get that backpack piece to work to give you all that extra damage. So that allows you to put whatever you want on your chest to get the damage out, and then put on the Picaro's holster. So that way you can actually get the extra weapon damage and the skill tier out. So that system corruption turns into a 3-piece. How about 1-piece Heartbreaker for 15% AR damage? Okay. So I talked about this one earlier a little bit. So for instance, I want to have AR damage. Okay. Let's do this. Let's take that in comparison, right? You have a Fenris chest, you have the Walker gloves on, and you have the Fox's knee pads on. Now, if I put on the Ninja Bike, that gives me reload speed, gives me damage to armor, plus I have extra crit chance from the walker. I have accuracy, plus I have the damage to targets out of cover. The other two pieces, if I put on, say one be what the hell is it? Heartbreaker. Let's say I have a Heartbreaker mask on, right? And I have on the Picaro's holster. Well, if I were to trade the Heartbreaker out for a piece of Providence, the difference between those two right there, the mask of Heartbreaker versus the Providence mask. Heartbreaker gives me weapon damage, but I have a skill tier or an armor core tier on, and I have crit hit damage, right? That's what I have. Armor core and crit hit damage. If I do Providence, I got 4 bonuses versus these 3. So I have weapon damage 15%. I have a core of blue, and I have crit hit damage, right? Over here, I have 4. I have headshot damage 15%. Core of blue, critical hit chance, and crit hit damage. So if I add a mod in, I have 5 to 4, right? 5 to 4. So I have crit hit damage, I have crit hit damage. So this one here, these two cancel each other out, plus the core. So these two cancel each other out. So I have AR damage versus headshot damage and crit hit chance. So if I land headshots, this is where it becomes player's choice. The player's choice is I go for weapon damage of 15%, or I go for headshot damage, and I have 3 more bullets to 4, 3 to 4, give or take. We'll just say 3. 3 more bullets to crit at high damage, which basically equals this out. So that's gone. So now all I have to do is beam for headshots. If I land headshots, I get more damage for this as well, which outproduces the damage of this one for just the 15% head or AR damage. So these two outdoes this every single time. So that's where it just becomes player's choice. That one, which is Heartbreaker headshot or Heartbreaker piece versus the Providence. That's all you're trading. That's where it just becomes player's choice at that point. What do you want to do? Are you good at hitting headshots, or are you not good at hitting headshots? Do you want more of your bullets to crit, or do you not want more of your bullets to crit? That's all it is. Exactly. So even though you may not hit those headshots, let's say 2 of your bullets hit headshots, you already got more damage, and you've got all your bullets more to crit. That's literally all it comes down to. Oh, sorry, I gotta grab water. Damn it! Where the fuck did it go? All right, fuck it. Yeah, but again, when it comes down to that right there, the spotter and the flatline piece, it's good, but you got to remember, not only are you trading that damage out, now you're also trading potentially like a backpack talent. For instance, what is it? Let's just say you're using Companion, right? Let's say I'm using Companion versus the Ninja Bike. Okay, Companion gives me 15%, right? Okay, so I got 15% weapon damage on my backpack. We're just going to say those are equal, right? Okay, so I've got 15% in weapon damage from companion versus 15% on the ninja bike, which is the red core. Okay, that evens each other's out, right? So let's say I put on a piece of Walker on my backpack. Well, now I'm down 5% weapon damage. Okay, I put on one mod, which is a crit hit damage. Both of those equal each other out. But a Walker backpack, now I'm down 5%, I'm down 6% crit chance, and I'm down 12% crit hit damage. Is it good for a spotter build? I've lost 3 to gain an armor core, which I could easily throw onto the Walker. So now I've just got one skill tier, and I'm missing 5% weapon damage, 6% crit chance, and 12% critical hit damage. That's where it becomes player's choice. Do you really want to trade 3 damage pieces for one skill tier? Do you really want to trade that kind of shit? Like I said, I go by the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Right, and that's for your skills. But those 2 skills, which is the booster hive and a decoy, they don't give you much. They just give you the ability to run around a little bit more, right? And the decoy to hide a little bit more versus doing damage. Again, player's choice. Needs a little more. Like sweet tea. I don't know about y'all, but man, this shit's fucking good. Yeah. Honestly, in all practicality, the Ninja Bike is just a new piece of candy that fell short. Because where I honestly believe it fell short is the developer said it was supposed to give us the backpack talent of the gear sets, which is the green ones. They didn't give us that. If it would have given us the green backpack part to it, it would have been great for builds like Heartbreaker, Strikers, the Umbra. I mean, a few other ones just to go off top, especially System Corruption. But it just unlocks that ability of a 4th piece onto them. And I'm going to show that in this video in the codex. I'm going to show it. So, damn it. I got to sneeze, but I can't sneeze. But yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. It's not best in slot. It's just fun in slot. Numbers don't lie. No, it doesn't. That's the thing. It's supposed to. That was per the dev's words. It is supposed to work with the backpack gear set talents. So, for instance, let me put it to you this way. I tried it with System Corruption. So that was my first one I wanted to test. Because if it did, it was going to make System Corruption awesome. It really was. I popped my med kit. I only got 50%. I did not get 100%. As soon as I saw that, I knew for a fact there was something fucked up. So as soon as I went to my build, I was able to go down. And y'all saw in my one video how it keeps messing up. Every time you put it on, it blacks out a screen or something like that. So we went down through the numbers eventually, finally, So as we went down through the numbers, I noticed something. And you can go look at this yourself. If you don't believe me, go look at it yourself. Go put on the Ninja Bike if you have it. Put it on your build. Put as many blue core armors as you're supposed to have on. You should have 6 total. 6 total blue cores. When you do this, you will notice this right here, right off the bat. Your armor with 6 blue cores, even without, say, Uzina or anything else on there, it should max out like at 1.93 million in armor. 1.93. If you put the Ninja Bike on, you drop to 1.84. Because you drop to 1.84, there is something wrong with the backpack. Mine is completely maxed out. If you've seen it in anything else that I've shown y'all while I was doing anything live or any of my other videos, even in the one I showed, I maxed it out. I used my stuff. I got max weapon damage, max armor core. So why does it drop from 1.93 to 1.84? Why does it drop 900,000 in armor? There's something wrong. Best way to play with the Scorpio. What's that name backpack? The one with the perfect wolf's head thingamajigger. It's got armor core on there. What was that? Uzina, is it the Uzina Zetka backpack? The perfect opportunistic? Just make your build around that. Because that way you get 15% weapon damage and your teammates also get 15% weapon damage when they shoot that target. Seriously, just make your build around that. But yeah, if you saw in my video, we gain extra crit hit chance that we're not supposed to have. I actually saw it. People, when they put it on, they're reporting that they can't get the most headshot damage out of their build. Like it stops at 290. When they know they put these other pieces on and they do the math, it should be like 320 or something. So it stops at 295 or 298. So again, it's cutting players short of headshot damage. It's cutting them short or giving them too much crit hit chance. It's cutting them short on armor. The backpack is bugged. The backpack is bugged. And again, don't take my word for it. Go look it for yourself. There's shit out there on Twitter. There's stuff on Reddit. Literally, people are talking about this. Why am I cut short on this? Why is this person getting this? Why am I not getting this? It's there. No, they're more. The devs have seen more people talking and complaining about the Emperor's Guard chess piece, so they're more in tune with that. I have not seen a fucking word from Morton, Yannick, any of them about the Ninja Bike, and I have tagged them. If you don't believe me, go make yourself a Twitter account or go get on Twitter. I've put that out there to Morton. If you don't believe me, go over there and take a look. I've tagged him. I've tagged Yannick. I've tagged the division. I've tried to get them to come over here and explain something. They refuse to. Unless you're one of these big time content creators, they don't give two fucking shits. And all I'm trying to do is wake them up to be like, hey, can we just get an answer? Can we please just get a fucking reply? Yeah, it's either I don't know if it's coming from the watch. I'm just assuming it's coming from the watch. I just know I'm getting 10% extra crit hit chance that I'm not supposed to have. Other players are seeing it. And another thing, the moment you put it on, you go to certain spots on there because I could go past a crit chance. The other day, I put it on. As soon as I got to about where my Hazard Pro area and all that is on there, as soon as I started going down there, it would black out. So it's random. I could go down the crit chance the other day. Fine. Get down to crit hit damage. Fine. I go down to hazard protection area. It blacks out. So it's completely fucking random. You don't believe me? Go try it. You may think that because I showed just the crit chance area that it bugs out there. No, go try all your stats on your stuff when you put it on. Watch. You'll try to put it on. You'll see your stats go, and then you'll black out. Black screen. Thoughts on hotshot gear set overall? I said this earlier. If you go back to TU7 when we had the original aces and eights, where you could take the SVD and just spam that shit all day long, just pop, 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 pop. We don't have this issue on PS5. Yes, you do. Another content creator I was talking to, Hook'em Gaming, he's in here. What's his name? Calaxans or Calaxanans or whatever you want to call it. They said the same thing. They were getting it. So yes, PS5 has that issue. You may not see it, but y'all have the issue. Again, it's completely different to other players. Like I said, if you're lucky and you don't have that issue, you're one of those lucky ones. If you have that issue, then ouch. Fuck, what was I saying? I can't remember. Must not have been important. Oh, Hot Shot. The old SVD season set or TU7 before we had the full revamp. If you remember the old school aces and eights where you can just land shots, it feels like that now. Shit. What else was it? Oh yeah. I don't know how y'all feel about this one, but that new gear set, or not gear set, brand set that gives headshot damage, marksman rifle damage, and then status. Developers, please, if for the love of God y'all are watching or you see this, to do some players a justice, could you please, for the love of God, take and put status first, just so that way we can have a perfect creeping death for our backpacks, for like status builds. That way we can shorten the timer, because headshot damage does jack shit for that. And then we have to go through the headshot damage to put on marksman rifle just to get the status effect of the third piece, to get that, for the love of God. Any news from Japan? Raw, you did not have to do that. No, you did not have to do that. Any news from Japan? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. For the oh, that's a good one. Oh, damn. No word, no news from Japan. No news from Japan. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's fucking great. It's fucking great. Like I said, all jokes aside, everything else, I'm not talking about that, dude. I'm not. Again, I want to help as I've always, and again, like I said, I try to do this. Damn, my goldfish comment was surpassed. Goldfish comment. Let me see. I didn't even see it. Sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're one from way back. Yeah, the goldfish comment. Yeah, that right there was pretty good. Anyway, uh, like I said before, my whole channel, even though people take it wrong, I want to make sure y'all understand this. This has been my deal from the very beginning. I may not like some of the builds that are out here on YouTube. Do I take actual offense to them? No, I do not. Are the builds that people produce crap? No, they're not. That's just how that player uses them. But to sit here and say that it does not affect the gaming community when you give them half-ass or bullshit information is completely wrong. There are kids, there are other people out here who do not know how to make builds. They come to YouTube for guidance. They come to YouTube to learn or get a good build, even if it's just a copy and paste. If they copy and paste your build and it is not giving them the best benefit of the doubt, they go to Legendary, they go to Countdown, they go to Raids. There are players out here and other people who run these things who will kick them because they see that build and they know that build is complete and utter bullshit. That ruins their day, that ruins their time, and the time that some of these people who go and work all day long come home to make this build that they saw on YouTube while they're at their job, and then they waste their time because they're like, oh, it's fun, but it's not strong. It's not doing enough. And when you waste that person's time, you do something to them sometimes mentally. You may not see it physically, but it can fuck with them because if they're getting kicked out of legendaries, they're getting kicked out of countdowns because the build falls short or people know this, that does do something mentally to them, period. If you do not think so, you're wrong. You are wrong, period. End of story. Now, like I said, I'm not going to talk about anybody, nothing like that. All I want to do and what I've been trying to do with my channel since the very fucking beginning is to give the players the absolute best experience of this game, to not cut them short in any way, shape, or form on damage, survivability, skills damage, nothing like that. If you take what I produce out here as me attacking your shit versus trying to give that extra little bit of an ounce that I can produce out of that build, if I can squeeze even an ounce, like 5% more damage out of that build because you missed it, I'm going to squeeze that 5% more out if I can. If I can give them even just 1% more in damage, I will squeeze that 1% more in damage if I can. That is what my channel is about. That is always what it is. And if you take offense to that, that's on you, bro. That is on you. But that's what I've always tried to do with my channel. I came across it probably the wrong way, and I see a little bit of that now. I'm starting to see that. And maybe I did. Maybe I was wrong. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I was doing that kind of stuff in that type of way, I apologize. I was wrong. But if I can squeeze that build that you gave them for that 1% more, I'm going to squeeze that 1% out. And that's what I'm going to give them. I'm going to give them that ultimate amount of damage, that ultimate amount of survivability that they can fucking have. And not only that, now I'm revamping my stuff to showing you how. So that way you don't have to come to me anymore. You can do it yourself. If I can find a way to give you that ounce and teach you how to find that ounce, that's what I'm going to do from now on. That's what my channel is going to be like. If you don't like that, you want to make videos about me or anything like that, then sorry. But that's what it's going to be like from now on. I'm not going to call you out on your build. I'm not going to name your build. I'm not going to name your channel. If it happens to be your build and you happen to see it on there, it happens to be your build. But if I can squeeze that ounce out of your build to give them that more damage, I'm going to do it. So learn the math. That's all I'm going to leave it as. Learn the math. Because it ain't fucking rocket science. It's just trucker logic. Yeah, no problem, man. Still, you got to admit, though. You got to admit. How the fuck? One of my buddies, you getting on tonight? Most likely, Dracula. We got a bad weather out here. Possible tornadoes. Wind's supposed to be picking up. So the wells are shut down because they don't want to have the towers blow over. So I'm going to go find a place where I can get some better internet connection so I can download this shit faster. Because I just got one. It said right now while I'm doing this, I had one fucking video out of the 16 finish its download. That's how backed up it is. So I gotta go find better internet because apparently this McDonald's or Home Depot internet ain't working. But yeah, once I find a place to stop and get better internet, that's where I'm gonna be at. And I'll be live tonight, Dracula, to try to help do some more testing. But yeah, this it sucks. I got a lot of fucking videos to download, and I still gotta download them onto my phone just so I can edit them. They're still sitting on my Xbox. I got 16 sitting on my Xbox waiting to finish download so I can put them and download them on my phone just so I can edit this shit. Man, by the time it becomes my fucking birthday in March, I'm going to have all of them fucking downloaded finally just to edit on my birthday for you. Well, there's literally a name SMG called the Swap Chain said the same thing. Yeah. But I might give y'all a preview to one build today. If I can get it downloaded, I might give y'all a preview to one build. It's not perfect. It's not great. It definitely is not a meta. It's just a fun build. It would help your teammates out a little bit. It would help you out a lot. But it's around the Dr. Home. And it might actually give the Dr. Home and a new way to get the damage out for PvE for your backpack, because there's one talent that's completely underrated for PvE. And I think it might make a comeback because of this. It really might make a comeback. But again, we'll see, because it's only a 5-second long duration. We'll see. I'll give it a try. I might be able to make it work. It worked okay in the dark zone, but I was solo. I'll give it a try. Appreciate that. Yeah, I know where y'all at. Oh, Dracula, if you're on right now, let me know what's in the dark zones, because I know one of y'all killed a guy yesterday, got a dread edict from the dark zone. If ARs are in the dark zone, you know I'm going in there to test to see if we can get EBs and the other stuff, because someone wants to sit here and say that it's not the best place, bro. No one knows. We haven't seen ARs in the dark zone yet. How can you as a content creator come out and say that EBs and bighorns are not going to be an OP drop rate when they haven't even been ARs in the dark zone loot listed yet? You cannot make that claim without having ARs listed in the dark zone. Like when you go over the dark zone, it said Fenris yesterday in DZ South, right? There has not been anything in the dark zone for ARs yet. You cannot make that claim until rifles or ARs are in the dark zone listed. Until they are, you cannot make that claim. But how can a content creator already be making that claim? Like, if y'all don't believe me, go look on YouTube. Go look on YouTube. There's already, I think I saw this morning, 3 from yesterday making this claim, because those ones that make that claim, guess what? They're the ones in the raids. They are literally the guys who do nothing but raids. And they're making this claim because they want to keep people in the raids. And I get that. You want players to come over and play raids because that's all you do. But until the AR is listed above the dark zone and you actually go to try to farm for it, you cannot make that claim. And yes, there are EBs dropping in the dark zone. It's random. But until it says, hey, DZ East is ARs or DZ West is rifles, until it says that and you go to farm for it and you don't get anything to drop and you do a full 24-hour test to try to get them, you cannot make that claim. Yeah, see, so we don't even have that yet. It's what? DZ West, Overlord in South, and Tip of the Spear in East. So, see, we can't test that to make sure that that is proven, because, again, even though the developers say the drop rate is blah, 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 10%, 12%, 20%, unless we go in there and make sure that that percentage is accurate, we cannot say that they're not OP to drop in the dark zone and that you are still going to get a better chance of getting them in the raid. You can't make that claim until then. And there's already 3 content creators doing this. 3. I found out the bag is only giving the second brand set bonus and not the first and second together. Backfire striker build, and I'm at 100% burn and bleed resistance, and I still burn and bleed. Yeah. Yeah, and again, people saying don't go into the dark zone. The whole purpose of the dark zone is to PvP and to go and farm for those types of things. I mean, we got exotics, we got exotic components. You may not want to PvP. You can go find another DZ. You can stay in the same DZ, but just go to a different door and get away from the players. But again, if you don't believe me, go look on YouTube. There's content creators already saying the raid is still the best place to get EBs. It is still the best place to get Ravenuses. How do you know this when they haven't even put rifles or ARs in the fucking dark zone to be picked up? You cannot make that claim until that point. And you do a full 24-hour of, I'm going to take 24 hours off of my job and just spend the whole fucking day in the dark zone and try to get as many as I possibly can and see what the drop rate is. And in 24 hours, I'm going to go the next day when they're not in there. I'm going to go hit the raid and see how many times I can get a fucking ED. If you cannot do that type of comparison yet, you cannot make that claim. Am I wrong? Someone in the comments, am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And again, that's the point right there, Panda. Exactly the point. They're only making that claim because they play nothing but raid. They want to keep people in the raid. That's the only reason for that claim. Is it a right claim or is it a wrong claim? We don't know yet because, again, the fucking shit ain't in the damn shit. It's not in the dark zone yet. We have not seen ARs in DZ East. We haven't seen rifles in DZ South. When that pops up, then we'll know. Yeah, and you could still... And again, that's it. You could go over here and be an Overlord, still get the Ninja Bike knee pads. Why? Because it's DZ exclusive. You might still get them out of an exotic cache, but you're not going to get them just to openly drop as easy into other worlds. Now, the developers here recently, was about 3 months ago, made it to where it doesn't matter. You farm LMGs, you're going to get, the Pestilence. Pestilence was mostly just in the Dark Zone. But then they put, okay, you're going to go farm LMGs. Well, now you have a chance at a Pestilence. So now anything can drop in the Dark Zone. You can go out there, but most likely you're going to get one of two things in the Dark Zone. Ninja Bike knee pads, or you're going to get a Pestilence. You'll still get those mostly out of there. But now that they put those other ones into the loot pool for the Dark Zone, you have a chance at 2 more types of exotics for the Dark Zone. So until rifles or ARs are in one of the Dark Zones, you cannot make a claim that the raid is the best place still until we see what the drop rate truly is. Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing. Exactly. The Regulus, the pistol, is still raid exclusive. So you still have to go do the raid for something. And that's the pistol. So you can't sit here and say, well, now they made it no reason to fucking raid. How many people have the pistol? How many people don't? Fucking go over here to the fucking Iron Horse raid. Go get them a pistol. It gives you something to go raid for. I don't like Iron Horse. I just want to do Dark Hours. Sorry. You got to go switch up your content now. Oh my God. Well, Iron Horse is harder to do than Dark Hours. Yeah, because Dark Hours, all you have to do is fucking shoot shit. Over on Iron Horse, you actually got to know what the fuck you're doing because you might die from fire or something. Well, I don't want to do that. Well, fuck you, asshole. Does a DZ exotic drop rate increase when it's targeted loose? Yes. Yes. If it's LMGs, I swear to God, if LMGs are in DZ East and you happen to have Outcast in DZ East, oh my God, the fucking Pestilence drops like it's hot candy because it's Outcast looted, and at the same time you got LMGs, so you're gonna get on an average like 8 a fucking day. So you can get a lot of exotics to drop in that one because it's got the most loot boxes as well. So if ARs happens to become in DZ East, the moment that happens, I can guarantee you everybody and their dog and their little pet rock is going to be over in DZ East to go farm for eagle bears and bighorns. Guaranteed. Yeah, if you don't, then you don't. Is Ravenous good for PvP? No. Ravenous is good for stacking up the damage, and then when a Chonga comes out on like Iron Horse, swapping over to like M1A and then getting a shit ton of damage. For PvP, no. But again, if you don't have a Ravenous and you want to get one, and say rifles are over in uh, DZ East, then there you go. Yeah, DZ check bar on the last boss. Yeah, right there. Regulus. What? Is the Regulus good for the Dark Zone? Or PvP? Is that what you're asking? Is the Regulus good for Dark Zone? If so, no. Because again, you got to hit those headshots to cause the explosion. If you're not good at hitting headshots, it's not worth it. I got about 8 more minutes, and then I'm going to cut this because I got to go find somewhere to park. Yeah, and the only thing that really makes that pistol really good is the Dodge City Gunslinger holster. Like, you got to stack up that damage, pull it out at that 1 second, pop them in the head, and that's it. Other than that, that pistol, if you do not land the headshots and you're not really good at landing headshots, it's not really that great. Like, if you're great at landing headshots, Regulus is great. Regulus is great. If you're not good at landing headshots because player is literally, I mean, like chicken dancing all over the fucking place, good luck. What's your take on the new backpack? I'm going to end the stream, go back and look at the beginning. You'll see it there. Yeah, exactly. Or if they're not popping that, they're popping the firewall one. And again, Dracula was in here earlier, and a lot of us were testing different weapons. The FAMAS. Okay, that question right there. That I want answered by the developers. What's the exotic chest that's the final Manhunt reward? I swear to God, I said this yesterday, and if y'all don't believe me, that's fine. It's going to be one of two things, and you can quote me on this later. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm willing to bet one of two things. Okay, so hear me out. It's either going to be some stupid ass apparel piece because we've already seen the apparel for the backpack and everything else. And if they make it an apparel, we're all going to be pissed the fuck off. And guarantee it. Everybody's going to be pissed the fuck off. That chess piece, literally, people have been crying and people have been screaming and screaming and screaming. And I've said the same thing over and over and over. So take my money. Take me to the bank. I don't care. I'll make a friendly $1 bet with everybody else out here. I'll even put up a damn post and a voting deal for this one. That chess piece is probably going to be Berserk. Come back. It's got to be. because it's the one thing everybody keeps asking for. Everybody keeps saying, we have glass cannon, but you take too much away from us. Give us something that while we take damage, we increase damage. And based on everything that's going on with the way the game has gone, they've taken away from Intimidate. I'm willing to bet that they give us something similar to Berserk, where it only gives 20 or 25% damage, not 30 like Glass Cannon. But as you take damage, you get that back. And with that being said, the way the chest piece looks with those bullets draped around, that looks like a dude who would go berserk. Like a dude who would just rush up on you and just say, fuck you and everything around you. I'm coming after your ass. I am willing to bet more than anything that it's going to be berserk. I'll make a friendly $1 bet with everybody in the community what you think it's going to be. You want to put your money where your mouth is. $1. Oh, and another thing, I messaged one of y'all. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but pizza time. Pizza time. If you're watching this, you were the winner. For the love of God, reply back. If you don't, I got to pick somebody else. But pizza time, you were the winner of the voting deal. You got a $70 deal. Let me know what flavors you want. Everything else, you won. And you know what? I might even do that. I'll do that. Everybody who votes on this next one, I'll put up 2 ways to vote. However many votes I get, I'll put in $1 for each one of the votes that I have. Whoever wins, and I'll choose a random winner like I did the last time. I will choose a random winner for that right there. For every vote that that post gets, and I'll do it here shortly, I'll put up $1. Whoever wins on this one, whatever they decide that chess piece is going to be, if it's going to be, and I'll put up the 2. It's either going to be Berserk Comeback, something completely that we have no expectations, something completely random, or it's going to be an apparel. It'd be those 3 right there. We'll do it as 3. If you vote for this one, put a comment below. Put number 1. I voted number 1. If you put number 2, something completely different that we don't see, maybe like he says right here, obliterate. So put something random right there on the chess piece. Vote for number 2. You put number 2, comment below. Number 3, if you think it's going to be an apparel, put that right there. You got 3 different ways to vote. Whichever one wins, I will take $1 from each one of those votes. And I'll give a number 1 spot, a number 2 spot, a number 3 spot winner. Number 3, you'll get like a $17 deal from Rogue Energy. Number 2, you'll get a $50. Not if you voted for each one of these, but the winners. Number 2, you're going to get a $50 deal for Rogue Energy. Number 1, you get the remaining. Everything else. So if we get, 17 and 15, so you get roughly 70 votes, then the remaining, say we have 300 votes, take 70 from the 300, that's what you get. So get ready to start voting. Going to end it in 20 seconds. And I'll make that post. So Berserk was the more damage you take, the more damage you outdid. So you started off at 0 damage, and if you took X amount of damage, you get up to 25% max. So when you had like 0 armor, you had 25% weapon damage. When you were at 100% armor, you had 0% weapon damage. But get ready to start voting, everybody. Stream's ending. Catch y'all later.